blew a bird out.
Don't mind punching.
So embarrassing.
My son just came home and told me the most embarrassing story about being made fun of for his one-wheel peels. Well, that ends today. Are you tired of getting made fun of for your one-wheel peels in your third gen? Here's the solution. Now his is a limited, and it comes with an e-locker from the factory, but as most of you know who have ever owned one of these, you can't engage that e-locker if you're not in forward low. Well, if you've seen our previous video, we put a J shifter into this truck. With the J shifter installed, there's no it's not running through the computer, because get in here and do the e-locker mod on his third gen. So he's not being made fun of, at least for that anymore. So we can at least stop one area of embarrassment in his life at this point. So whatever you can do as a father, you know what I mean? So let's get at it. Okay, so this box that we need to get to, supposedly, I've never done one of these, supposedly is back in here. So we're gonna take this little door jamb kicker thing off here. We're gonna pull this piece of plastic off and then see if we can get to what we need to back in here. Okay, so we got those two pieces of plastic removed. That green box is what we're looking for. So supposedly, you unhook this thing here, your harness, and there's two wires that we have to cut and ground. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them and ground them right up here. So you'll have to get a little piece of wire and twist them together, and then put a connector on there and then ground them. And then you can just ground it right here. Okay, so once you got this thing unplugged, there's two wires you're gonna look for. There's a blue and a red. Blue with a red stripe and a green with an orange stripe. These are the two wires you want to isolate out of that harness. Well, the blue and the red stripe one, this is what controls it to use the locker only in 4 low. The green with the orange stripe is the 5 mile an hour below in safety. So obviously we want to change both these out. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these. We're going to twist them together. We're going to put a little wire nut on them. We're going to link them together, and then we're going to use our extra wire here. We're going to connect it to this this blue wire I have right here, and I already stuck this on here. And this is going to go behind this 10mm mounting bolt for this computer right here. All right, so we're gonna. This is always a little nerve-wracking. We're gonna cut both of those. Strip them down here. We're gonna twist these together. Looks like they need to be twisted together a little better than that. We're gonna twist these together like so. Put this connector on here. This thing a little squeezy wheezy. Cut my wire to length. Strip this puppy down. So now we have our blue and red, our green and orange. It's all tied together into one wire now. Now we're ready to ground this thing. So we're gonna take out our 10mm bolt. This should be enough grounding. If we have any issues, we can find a more secure spot, but I think we should be good. Okay, so now with the two remaining wires right here, you can either just put some tape on them or put some caps on them, but there's nothing really you have to do with these. Okay, so just put some random tape on here. This is nothing to be concerned about. These are just signal wires, not a big deal. It's not like they're gonna be hot and live and sparking everywhere. So I just put a little tape on there, just gonna shove them back in there. Gonna feed my wire back in here a little bit, just so it doesn't get caught on anything. Wrap it up here. So we're gonna put the plastic back on, button it back up. We're gonna give it a test, see if we got something right here. Okay, truck's buttoned all back up. So remember guys, everything I looked up, nobody would specify whether it was the wires out of the harness or those wires out of the firewall. Just so you all know, I assumed it was the wires out of the harness that you need to tie together and ground, and it was. So again, blue and red, green and orange, twist them together, put a connector on there and ground them from the harness, not from the firewall. Leave those there. So let's get in here, give this thing a little test, see if we can get something to happen. Okay, so we're gonna push our e-locker button here. Okay, you can see the lights blinking over there. So there it goes. As soon as I put it in reverse, it engaged. Now you can see the light solid. Boom, baby. All right, we'll push our button again. Light is off. Now there's only really, there's only one way to properly test this, to be absolutely certain that it does work, and to end all embarrassments in life forever. Okay guys, yeah, we sprayed it down, all right? If you own one of these trucks, they don't turn tires very easily, okay? So let's see what happens. Like I said, they don't turn tires easy, but primarily guys, honestly, I know the start of the video was this was about burnouts, but really this is for the trail. And when we get in those predicaments, when you're on the trail and you're teetering and you really need that locker, that is the whole point of this video, or the whole point of the lockers in our lives and in our situations that we actually come up with. Obviously these things don't do good burnouts. That is not the point of this, but it was a fun thing to do. And it does do them. As you can see, we got 2 black marks now. So anyway guys, this is a really easy basic mod. If you have some really simple tools, you can make this happen. So don't be too intimidated by the thing. It's a very, very simple thing to do, and it's incredibly beneficial. Now you can use it in 2-wheel drive when you're out on the trail. You can use it in 4-high when you're out on the trail. I do not suggest using your locker when you're on obviously dry pavement, unless you want to make tires smoke, obviously, then I would definitely suggest it. But other than that, as far as turning and driving, you're going to have a little bit of difficulty then, and you may break these lockers. I have seen people break them on the Tacomas trying to do big smoky burnouts, but they do break. But as far as, and then speed, guys, don't be on the trail. I wouldn't recommend going on the trail and whipping down the trail at 50, 60 mile an hour in 2-wheel drive or in 4-high with your locker on. Really, your locker should only be used when you're crawling and you need to get through some stuff or some mud or some sand or whatever, rocky and tilt and stuff. So, but anyway guys, that'll do it. That's the video for right now. We'll catch you next time. If there's something else you guys want to see on this truck, let me know.